Peace to the family. We're here for another installment, and what we're talking about is making sure that you become a millionaire in real time. A millionaire in real time. So inside of a year, you'll have it. So first thing let's talk about life insurance. What most people won't tell you, particularly in our community, or what we're not aware of, is that you can make money off of life insurance. And it's understandable because a lot of times when you think of life insurance, it really seems like death insurance, right? Because you don't really benefit in this lifetime. It's really someone after you is the benefactor. That's our traditional understanding of life insurance. We believe that it's not worth it technically, because if we're struggling now, it's great to leave some money and assets for someone in the future, but if you don't already have the resources nor the assets, why invest in something like that when you yourself have not made a significant sum of money or accumulated enough wealth? But contrary to this belief, that's the application of what I like to call death insurance. But when you're talking about actual life insurance, like let's say you invest in a whole life insurance policy. If you invest in a whole life insurance policy, you can leverage what you make from the whole life insurance policy and use it to purchase real estate, use it to purchase buildings, use it to invest in your building. So you can actually make money off of insurance. And if you take it to another step, you can get an irrevocable trust, a solo tax lien trust fund, an endowment fund trust, and assign it to the insurance policy. Now you can retitle your assets to the trust, and after you accumulate value or equity into the trust, don't retitle the insurance to the trust, assign the trust to the insurance policy. And now the insurance policy is going to be worth even more money. And then you're going to get certain tax subsidies. But always communicate with your CPAs or financial advisors, because I'm just a 9th grade dropout, just sharing information based on my understanding from my experiences where I have accumulated wealth. Disclaimer. So what you guys need to do also,
are you finished with that?
Yeah, I'm good. Take down the notes. Email me at brotherpolight45@gmail.com. brotherpolight45@gmail.com when you're ready to purchase the $2,000 service, where we get you access to anywhere between 100 grand and 300 grand inside of 45 to 60 business days. They're making it hard for me to share my videos. So I'm asking you guys to remember the email or write it down, because you guys, especially that's on Instagram, you're not going to be able to see this viewing. So either you can DM this page, which has over 300,000 followers. All the other fake pages don't. This has over 300,000 followers. I'm talking about the Instagram people that's here on IG on the other phone. You can email me at brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name, your phone number. That goes for the people that I'm gonna pin it right now. That's right, on both platforms. But if you're on IG, you can also DM me. Just make sure it's the page that has over 300,000 followers, because none of the fake pages have hundreds of thousands. Okay, leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase. The $2,000 payment gives you over $100,000 to $300,000 in credit, and then we'll also show you how to turn the credit to cash. And because I'm closing the program, I'm giving people the opportunity to be mentored by me, so when they get their cash, I'll share the plethora of opportunities that I'm aware of, and you can always double back and check with someone who is credentialed before making any decisions with your money. Thank you for making that clear. You made $24,000. Yes. So those of you that's out there, understand this. Inside of a year, if you just follow these instructions, set you up a trust, then you can set up an LLC, and then what you do is a UCC1 financing statement, and you make your trust the creditor, and you make your LLC the debtor to the trust, and you make yourself an employee of your own company. Have your company pay you as an employee. This is very important. And also retitle your properties to the trust And also put your phone bills and your gas bill, your light bills and your cars under the company name. It's going to save you money on your mortgage. It's going to save you money on your light. It's going to save you money on your gas, because if your house is considered a business, there's going to be concessions made onto you and certain subsidies. If your house is just considered the liability that most people's houses are, then you're not going to reap the benefits that you can as a CEO or as an owner or as the business controls. So there's another thing too. When we're poor, we want to own everything. We get a sense of pride when something's in our name. We want the car in our name. We want the house in our name. It feels good because we never really had nothing for ourselves. But when you get older, we've jeopardized and desecrated our name because of that type of application, that type of thinking. Actually, you want to control everything and own nothing. You hear what I'm saying? Control everything, own nothing. So that's why you put yourself behind. Make yourself an employee to your company and let the company control everything. You control everything, let the company own everything. So control everything, own nothing. I'm talking by the time you die, your net worth shouldn't even be registered because it's so low. But your business value is something totally different. Control everything, own nothing. So far we talked about getting a whole life insurance policy. That's the type of insurance where you can borrow against the policy and make money off of your insurance in real time. Make sure when you go, you tell them, or when you call them, you say, hey, I want the insurance policy that I can make money off of. Hey, I want to borrow against the insurance policy. How about that? When you use that terminology, borrow against the policy, they'll go, whoa. And then let them know you want to be able to sell the parts in your insurance policy. All of them, and if not all of them, what are the parts that can't be sold? Meaning, there's a point in time where you could solicit or sell the benefits of your policy. But the main reason you want to do this is so you can leverage the equity or the value of the insurance so that you could embark upon a greater acquisition. And this is what a lot of the pros are doing. They're using insurance and they're using credit to do what they got to do. So just like with my service where I charge you $2,000 so you can get access to $100,000 to $300,000 inside of 60 business days, maybe a little more, give or take. With that money, if you mean to tell me if you got anywhere between $200,000 or $300,000, you wouldn't know what to do with it? Well, maybe you wouldn't. But what about having the opportunity to know what to do with it and somebody giving you direction that you could verify and check out with somebody else? Why would you turn that down? I mean, how long are we going to deal with the struggle? I just did a post yesterday where, you know, one of my gang member friends was like, yo, bro, it's just that it's a lot of money. I understand that. $2,000, I get it. $2,000 is a lot to get $250,000. I get it. But I totally understand what he says by a lot of money. But here's where things go south. You know, what if it don't work? You know it's your legal right to get access to this amount of money. But I'm listening. But I'm just saying, you know, put that money out there. Then I got to wait 2 months and da-da-da-da. I don't know. Shit got me, it's a little scary. And I'm looking at my brother with all due respect and I'm saying, you're a gang member. That's scary. But investing is more scary to him than gangbanging. Stripper friends worry about the investment, but you ain't worried about somebody following you home and trying to kidnap you. You're not worried about some overzealous, sexually out of control, undisciplined dude accosting you. The drug dealer don't want to invest his money, but he's out here getting locked up. So I find myself in a conundrum when I really start thinking about what's really going on with our people. And you got the other people who just work year after year after year, day after day after day, and are afraid to invest in the opportunity to stop working year after year and day after day. Our people are wild. So what we do, you email brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brotherpolight, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number when you are ready to make the purchase. You don't have to tell me you'll be ready next week, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. When you're ready, email us. If you email us now, I'm going to throw something extra in for you too on the strength because I actually got some free time. But email us that you're ready and you leave your full name and your phone number and we're going to get straight to work. Just think about this. Your life will change inside maybe 3 weeks, maybe 45 days, maybe 2 months. But if I'm coaching you, by the time you get access to these funds, and like I said, always double check and verify that I'm not misleading you and the information checks out. So while I'm doing the service for you, now I'm adding mentorship in with the credit restoration before I close it. Now I'm adding it in. Now I'm adding education. So that way when you get the money, you don't mess it up. And trust me, I got a multitude of things to tell you as far as what you can do to make money. Make sure you share the video as well. Especially you guys on Facebook, because, you know, they make it difficult for me to make connections. Make sure you share the video. And let's get to it. Let's get to it. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. I'm going to pin it to the top too. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You'd be surprised what the powers that be will do to stop me from being able to communicate with my people. I want to make it about them. And it gets weird and spooky, but there's so much words between sharing the video, you being able to see it. Sometimes the volume disappears. And I even think they put bots inside here to go against me. But with all of that, I still do what I do. When you say, what if your credit isn't bad? See Newark, see Jersey. Understand this. If you got so-called good credit, but you're not able to get a black card, an Amex card that has an unlimited limit, okay? If you're not able to get a $250,000 loan or $300,000 loan with your so-called good credit, it's bad credit. And so most of you have bad credit even if you're over 750, because we have to move the firewalls that's on your credit that disable you from these type of opportunities or concessions. Sometimes just in the neighborhood that you live in is enough to hinder you from being able to get access to a larger amount of money. So we might have you change your mailing address. Not just a P.O. box, but a FedEx mailing address or UPS mailing address, and a highly reputable zip code where the median income is over $200,000 a year, or over $100,000 more than what you already had going on, because that may be disabling you from getting more opportunities. So we still have to work on your credit. Also, you might have a slim file. Slim file means you haven't borrowed enough for you to have gained enough credibility. So yes, with the little bit of things you're doing, your credit score might be in the 700, 750, but you haven't done enough. So now we have to work with you to add positive items to your report, so we could, for them, kind of, so to speak, solicit that to the credit bureaus, so they can entrust that you can be approved of a loan that you don't necessarily have to pay back. You say, Polight, how do you get access to $200,000 and don't have to pay it back? See, it gets real spooky. But the problem with people is we prioritize baby showers, holidays, you know, it's Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, it's Valentine's Day, before we say, you know what, let me buckle down. Someone else is having children, and I get it. These are nice things to do. Birthday parties and baby showers, these are all nice things to do for people. I get it. But you should do this when you're in a better situation, and anyone who loves you should understand that. $2,000. Nah, I feel you, Light, but $2,000 is not a normal investment amount for the average black woman or man. I get you. And so, again, I wouldn't worry about the fact that it's not the average amount, because the average person is not wealthy. In fact, only 5% out of 300 plus million people that live in America have acquired wealth and may not necessarily maintain it or sustain it. So if we're going to talk those facts, let's talk about the fact that most people will never achieve being in a position where they have wealth. Should that stop us? No. You know what it tells us? If most people don't have access to wealth, that's a good thing. That means it's easier to get it, because there's a monopoly on ignorance. 95% of just this country alone never access wealth. Worldwide, maybe 1.5% of people have access to wealth. That means it's easy to become wealthy because most people are not. The only disconnect is the lack of information. I'll say it again. The only disconnect is the lack of information. So most people don't have the resources because they didn't have the knowledge. Most people don't have the knowledge because they're getting the information from the wrong place. They're sourcing their data from a limited venue. So I want you to see the logic that I'm saying. If 95% of Americans cannot access wealth, if 95% of Americans have no access to wealth and only 5% do, if 5% have the money and the rest don't, it's very easy for you in here to get over here. Because this is popular. This is the easiest thing you could do is be poor. It's easy. But in actuality, it's really reverse. It's actually hard to be poor when you have the right knowledge and resources. The knowledge is going to get you the resources. Say you get the right knowledge, you end up here and you almost get stuck here. Even people who even lose their wealth come right back here. Because whatever they learn to obtain that wealth, I'm not talking about people who hit the lotto, I'm not talking about people who get a record deal randomly, because they'll be out of there as soon as they got in, most people. I'm talking to people who have acquired enough knowledge, accumulated enough resources to get here, so much so that even when they lose the resources, they never lost the knowledge, they get right back here. Wealthy people have their pitfalls and get right back here because when they come down here, they still have more knowledge than everybody that's over here that make up the 95%. What I'm saying is get access to the knowledge. Access the knowledge. So before we say, well, $2,000 is a lot, it's not enough. It shouldn't be enough to hold you back. Because I know me, I'm the type, when it was time for me to do what I had to do, I talked to my wife, I'm like, yo, listen, we're going to roll the motherfucking dice. I got this information. It's all checking out. It's making sense. Credit card people got to wait. Oh, it's going to take 2-3 months. Some of these obligations that I prioritize, if that's what's slowing me down, shit got to wait, man. Because I'm a month or two away from a paradigm shift. I'm a month or two away from a paradigm shift. Why on earth wouldn't I just make the investment in myself? Why wouldn't I invest in myself? But again, your stomach don't hurt when you invest in sneakers. Your stomach don't hurt when you invest in baby showers. Your stomach don't hurt when you invest in going to the clubs. Your stomach doesn't hurt when you're doing any of these things except for when it's time to invest in yourself. That's the only time your stomach hurts. When it's time to possibly, like I said, my gang member friend, yo, you know, it's just $2,000 is a lot of money though, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to lose it. My man, you could lose your life. You talking about you don't want to lose 2,000. I'm talking to you. You could lose your life. That's what I'm talking to you about. And somehow investing is more scarier than losing your life as a gang member. Somehow stripping is less scary and investing in yourself is. Somehow drug dealing is less scary than investing in yourself. Somehow a 9-to-5 is less scary than investing in yourself. So you see when people say, man, that $2,000 is hard. I'm talking about the way out. I'm talking to you about getting out of the bullshit situation you in. I'm talking about getting out of it. Not staying there. Oh, I'm gonna get another job and they giving us some benefits. And if I work here for 15, 20 damn years, yeah, they want you to work and retire around 67 to get your best benefits. You know why? Because your lifetime expectancy is 72. So by the time you retire, you'll be almost dead. So they want you to retire around age 67 or so you could be dead by that time. So it's $2,000. You invest $2,000 into yourself. And what we'll do, we'll remove negative items off your report, add positive items to your report, boost your credit scores, and leverage your newly found credit disposition so that you're approved for anywhere between 100 grand to 300 grand. Very self-explanatory. And what you're doing is investing in yourself. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you can sit here from 1 year to the next, be like, oh man, how come the rich people don't help the poor people? You got to be willing to take that dive. You got to be willing to take that dive. You got to be willing to. Because if you don't, that's all she wrote. $2,000 gives you access to anywhere between 100 grand to 300 grand. And it's just that simple. Leave your full name and your phone number. It's pinned to the top, brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. That's pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. Make sure you share this video, or make sure you write it down for those of you that's on IG, because I won't be able to save and upload this video right now. Inside of 45 to 60 business days. Facts.
The only thing they are slightly is a copy, but not even.
Let's get to it. Nope. That hustle has met its expiration. Polight, can you spend $2,000 on me and I give you back the money when the money comes in? That hustle's over with. Because first of all, people get the money and they don't even throw me nothing back. Which isn't cool. People get a quarter fucking, pardon my language, people get $250,000 and can't throw me a little 10%, 25 grand. So I already made the price low, and that's one of the reasons why I'm stopping the program. Because from people to go $0 to $100,000, $0 to $200,000, $0 to $300,000, and then they wouldn't even throw me so much as 5, 10 grand. But it's okay. You pay for the service. You do your thing. But if we build it and you like, hey, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that. When this money come in, they find everybody else to pay, everyone else to purchase from, and the person that put them in that position, they ignore them. So that's one of the reasons I'm done, because it's corny. It's corny. It's real corny. It's real corny. So I'm like done with it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Tired of it. People be greedy as fuck. People be broke and then they get 6 figures, but they can't throw no bread back. Don't get me started. That's one of the main reasons I don't want to deal with it. And then they F up their credit again and then come back and hope that we do it again for them. There is no messing it up twice. But yeah, little ginger shot. What the heck? Ginger shot, alkaline water. Get into it. Yeah, shit's corny. Man, I just had to literally cancel somebody out. My circle's being so greedy. I feel you. And then the thing is, you don't think you're gonna make even more money from the person that put you in a position to get more bread? But anyway, when you're ready to purchase, stop pump faking, stop hesitating, stop procrastinating. There's going to be many people that's detractors and turn you away from investing in yourself, because I really feel, I don't want to talk about government plots. I'm just saying there's a concerted effort being made to stop our people from investing in themselves. Real talk. A concerted effort is being made to discourage black people particularly from investing in themselves. Black people do so much risky shit on a day-to-day basis, but when it's time to invest in themselves, they will wait in line for sneakers that cost $500 and up, that somebody might want to kill them for and take it off their feet, before they would invest some money to get back enough money to open up a damn sneaker store. Because anything you like spending money on is worth you creating a business about. You feel what I'm saying? If you love sneakers, invest in the sneaker business. How about that? You love cars, invest in the car business. I rent out my cars because I like cars. So I got myself into the industry to afford my habit. But people addicted to the struggle. Couldn't say it better. I'll talk to you guys again on IG again, probably sometime today, because being that I won't be able to save the video and keep it up. We're going to do some more knowledge. But again, you email brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase the $2,000 service that gives you access to anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000. Provides removing negative items off your report, adding positive items to your report, boosting your credit scores, and then leveraging your newly found credit disposition so that you're approved for anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000 inside of 45, 60 business days, maybe a little more, give or take. Let's make it happen. And only contact us when you're ready. You don't have to let us know you'll be ready next month. We won't even be doing it next month. Or at the end of the next month, we won't be. And again, you can always make sure in the interim of while I'm teaching or mentoring that you verify everything that I'm saying. Look for any critique you can find. Talk to the people that's credentialed. Definitely speak with a CPA. And definitely talk to as many people that are credentialed and educated before making any critical decisions with that money, because that's a large sum of money you're about to have access to. Just make sure you put in all the footwork so you never go back into the same position you was in prior. The credit, boosting your credit is easy, and getting you access to the money is easy. Maintaining that money and amassing wealth is not difficult, but it takes discipline. So I don't want you guys to make those mistakes. So get as much knowledge that you can from as many places as possible. Also, order the newspaper Barron's, B-A-R-R-O-N. You know what? On my next stream, we're going to talk about some really good reading material that you can get to grow your thinking when it comes to wealth. Let's do that. Really great reading material. Change the reading material as well. I'm gonna block you for being dumb. Talking about me skipping over questions, but the thing is, I have to speak about certain points in particular. The way I talk, I'm answering things as I see them. I have two phones here, and combined between the two phones, there's almost 2,000 people watching me live. I can only imagine how much people are actually commenting at the same time. So I'm picking my spots for comments and making sure I don't have to stop and stare in the screen and read. As I see them, I respond. So you may not realize I'm responding to comments, but those who are asking the questions can tell. Okay? Yes, it's possible if you currently don't have credit at all. And that's on this phone, Mark Williams. It's not Barton's, it's Barron's. 123_Andre. I'm just showing people, I'm catching it, I'm reading. But I'm responding to people who are talking about what I'm talking about, so it makes sense as I'm flowing, so I'm not all over the place. I got 2 phones here. That's why you see me going here and see me going here. Made over $19,000 with brother. Thank you, Oladayo Spirit. I appreciate you. And we still got more money to make together. Thank you guys, because you see, people don't like reading those in the comments. They want to read people who are detractors or probably planted here to speak evil of me or whatever the reason is. But we're going to act like we don't see the people in here constantly saying, I made 19 grand, I made 30, I made 100 grand, I just got my loan. You're going to act like we don't see these things in the comment section, and then you're going to write stupid shit like, has anyone benefited? So if you could trust the negativity in the comment section, how come you don't trust the positivity? The positivity in the comment section is suspect, but the negativity is definitely true. You see how we think? Because I've seen plenty of them. Plenty of them. But this is how people spend their day, to destroy other people. But anyway, email your full name, your phone number to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. That's POLIGHT45@gmail.com. When you're ready, if you're ready, change your life today. Ready right now? Let's get to it. Change your life. Let's get the job done. Let's get the job done. Oladayo Spirit, thank you again. Because they would like to ignore the fact that somebody's putting how much money they've been making. Okay, if you guys hit us up now, we're going to get right to you, get to work, and put us on clock. You invest today in yourself, do the countdown to your life changing, because you're also going to have a mentor in your corner, which is something I'm adding to the closing of this. When you pay $2,000, you get access to 100 to 300K. I've added mentorship to it. So you want to be mentored, you pay for the $2,000 service at the same time. And I'll give you a lot of insight. And we can deviate a little bit and talk about health here and there, but idealistically, our goal, a big part of health, is that wealth. In fact, your wealth is your health. And the word wealth etymologically has its inception in the word wellness. Okay? That's why I say wealth is health. Because wealth is literally wellness. Child support doesn't matter. You had 800 credit and just want to get access to the capital. Same price. So we still got to do hella work to tear down those walls that they create around people. Ginger and cayenne pepper, you already know. What is it? Blessings and abundance. Let me get up out of here. The energy's becoming negative. Blessings in abundance. I see you guys. Hit us up and let's get to it. Doesn't matter if you destroyed your credit, have no credit, very little credit, good credit. We're going to make it all happen no matter what. Part of the process is for us to repair your credit. So you don't have to repair it before you deal with me. We repair it. Blessings in abundance.